What do you think happens to the enlightened ones when a reset happens? Well, there is some evidence that communities that were enlightened vanished completely. You can call it rapture theory, you can call it whatever. But we have found cities that were buried in dirt completely with not a single skeleton, except for the ones that were interred before the cataclysm. When you find buried cities without a single human skeleton, something unusual happened. Something very unusual happened. But it's crazy. Go Blake and teepee? Nobody, not a soul found. But it's crazy.
Oh yeah, something very unusual has happened. Let me ask you something. Do you think that burying our dead is practical? Seriously, think about it. How many of you have reserved a grave for yourself? We grow up with this idea that everyone gets buried in a cemetery. We attend funerals of grandparents, maybe our parents, but play this all the way out. Does it seem feasible to continue? Just in the United States, after roughly 80 years, you're looking at 300 million graves? Do you ever run across any advertisements or offers to buy a plot for your burial? What if the whole thing is a psy-op? When you hear the Bible verse, "You were made from the dust and you will return to the dust," you instinctively know that it's referring to being buried and going through decomposition and eventually being broken down to the point that the body has been absorbed back into the earth. Right? So I want you to think about that. Let's take a look at a problem and see if we can apply some new thinking to it. So we have cities that were full of people. A cataclysm happens. And then there are no people, no skeletons to be found. So the people are gone, but we gained something new. We gained mud. People disappear, mud appears. And this appears to have happened in our cities, all across the country. We have evidence of a mud flood. We have buildings that we now believe we didn't build. But we don't have any bodies that we found to support what was obviously a massive population. So again, we have no skeletons or bodies, but we have mud in the cities. I wonder what a completely objective person applying Occam's razor to this problem would come up with. Because it's so difficult for us to get away from our programming. So difficult. And that's how effective this psy-op has been. I think we bury our dead to provide an answer in everyone's mind for the verse in Genesis. And that's an effective psy-op, man. Holy cow. Because the answer is right there in front of us. They tell us the answer. We just read the answer. You are dust and you will return to dust. You were made from the ground and you will return to the ground. The answer's right there. Mark Twain said you can't depend on your eyes if your imagination is out of focus. I wonder if he knew the truth. Truth has never been hidden. You just need the eyes to see it.